Good morning, students. Welcome once again to Methods of Teaching Biology. In this session, we are going to learn about the maxims of teaching. Now, this is session 2 of Unit 1. So, at the end of this session, you students should be able to explain the importance of maxims in teaching and then explain the implications of 3 maxims in teaching. So, when we say maxims, what are maxims? So, in short, maxims are short, brief statements conveying a general truth or rule of conduct. Conveying a general truth or rule of conduct. So, we are saying that these maxims help to create active classroom environment in which learners participate and then are highly involved in the teaching and learning process. So what it means is that in teaching, there are generally guidelines that teachers should follow in order to make the content easy for students to grasp and understand. So it is therefore necessary that teachers become familiar with these maxims and follow them in order to be successful in their profession. So now, the maxims I'm talking about are as follows. So we have 1. Proceed from known to unknown. Proceed from simple to complex. Proceed from easy to difficult. Proceed from concrete to abstract. Now, let us look at when we say proceed from known to unknown. What does it mean? So, when we say the maxims of proceed from known to the unknown, we are trying to say that it is very difficult for students to grasp new knowledge in isolation. So, teachers should present familiar concepts to introduce the lesson and then build up upon it to teach new information. So, when you are coming to teach a student, assuming you are coming to teach student cell, or let's say you are coming to teach student, let's use cell. When you are coming to teach students cell, you have to expose students to certain things they know already in order to build upon that and teach them the cell. You don't just jump and then start teaching cell. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So as a teacher, that is why we are trying to say that teach from known to unknown. So it is prudent and imperative to use what students already know about a subject matter to arouse their interest in a lesson. So we are saying that the teacher should then proceed gradually to connect the new information to the already known one. So that is what we are trying to say. The next maxim is saying that proceed from simple to complex. Proceed from simple to complex. So with this maxim, we are trying to say that simple concept should be taught first, followed by complex concepts. So when you are teaching students, the simple ones, you expose students to the simple ones, and then later on, you expose them to more complex ones. So based on the simple ones, they'll be able to get idea of the complex one. So this will ease the learning process and gradually lead students to understand complex issues that may be introduced later. So as student teachers, this is what you have to go by. You teach from simple to complex. So the presentation of simple concept also has the capacity to stimulate students to explore complex aspects of the concept they have already learned. Okay. Now, the next maxim is proceed from easy to difficult. Proceed from easy to difficult. Okay. We are saying that teachers are supposed to possess pedagogical content knowledge, which helps them to identify students' misconception, the nature of the subject they are teaching, as well as the difficulties students encounter in learning certain concepts. So we are trying to say that the teacher should be able to identify the difficult aspects of concept he is about to teach. So the teacher should then present the concept by presenting what is easy first before proceeding to deliver the thorny and difficult areas of the concept he is teaching. So that is the maxim of proceed from easy to difficult. Now the maxim proceed from concrete to abstract. Proceed from concrete to abstract. Now with this maxim, we are trying to say that teachers should first use concrete materials to stimulate learning among students before proceeding to present abstract information. This is because the concrete material will facilitate students' conceptual understanding and help easy learning of concepts. Now, moreover, when concrete and actual materials have been used, teachers can then discuss abstract information as well as use models and other forms of representations for the concept taught. So as student teachers, we are teaching you this course in order to guide you in your way of teaching when you get to the field or when you become a professional teacher. So you have to teach from concrete to abstract. You shouldn't be from abstract to concrete. So when you do that, students will get what you are trying to convey, what you are trying to teach them clearly. Okay. So what are the importance of maxims in teaching? What are the importance of maxims in teaching? Now, these maxims help to create active classroom environment in which learners participate and are highly involved in the teaching and learning process. We are also saying that the outcome of these maxims, if they are adhered to, is an effective, interesting, and meaningful learning. So we are trying to know the importance of the maxim. I've mentioned two. Now, the third one, learners' interests are aroused and their motivation levels are increased, which could lead to meaningful learning. So these maxims are very key, are very, very important for you student teachers. So teachers are to be aware of these maxims and they are supposed to go by these maxims in their teaching process. Now, we've learned a lot in this session. So in reviewing what we've learned, I pose these questions to you students. Question number 1, identify 3 importance of maxims in teaching. Number 2, explain the implications of 3 maxims in teaching. Students can use any available e-learning platform and discuss these questions and find solutions to these questions. Examples of e-learning platform is Zoom or Google Meet. So when you're able to find answers to these questions, I believe you have understood this session.